Hi everybody, my name is Azid. I'm a property developer and also a coach around certain type of property strategies, namely HMOs, title splitting, and generally why invest in property. So this video, I'm going to talk about my reason for why I invest in properties and what are the benefits that I think I get out of it. And this question came about today while I was coaching somebody, one of my mentees, and he asked me a very good question, which was, why did you choose property investment as your source of investment and also a generation of financial freedom? And actually, I've thought about it and I've written a few reasons why I do it. So, why property investment? I guess the first reason for me is it provided me with an exit to the rat race. What I mean by that is, we all living in the UK here, we are continually, I feel that we're all continually working and continually under pressure every year on year, to work more and more and have less and less time for ourselves or our family, and ultimately we get to a point where we've been sold this narrative that work hard, work for every hour that you can, put a few extra hours in, and once you finish, do some extra overtime so you can get an incremental bit of pay on your salary. What they don't tell you is that incremental work that you do is generating extreme amount of income and profit for the place that we work for, but we don't actually generate that sort of income for ourselves. So for me, really, property investment has given me the ability to get out of the rat race. And also, more importantly for me, is working for myself. It gives me the reassurance that I don't depend on a scheme like a pension, because for me, pensions are great when you retire, when the stock market is high and your performance of your pension has done well. If you retire in a downturn and your portfolio value is wiped out by that downturn, it is not a good investment, in my opinion, of just having pension as a source of finance when you come to retire. Second, the other thing that they talk about is, one day when you get old, you will have paid off your mortgage, you will then be debt free, and you'll have all the time in the world and you'll have this magical pension pot that you can use. Unfortunately, what they don't also tell you is, when you are 60, 65 now, 67, and you are going to retire, what you can do at that age is not what you could have done when you were 40 and 45, or even 30 and 35. So really, the idea that you will work for 40 years and give your sweat, blood and tears to a company or an organization, pay your taxes, and then at some point, if you're lucky, to make it to 65 to 67 or 70 and retire, and if you're lucky to have a pension pot that you are retiring in a time where the stock market is riding high, then great, that story works well. And assuming that you also at the 67 or 70 years old that you retire, you are in fully fit condition, no aches or pains, no arthritis, no things that will affect your quality of life, great. You would have been one of the rare ones that have made it to that way. What I tend to see, and I look around my parents' generation and my friends and families that I've met a few decades older than me, some of them have not been that lucky. Their health has deteriorated. Some of them have not even made it past 70. So they've worked all this life, paid all these taxes, paid all the pension, and then once they retire, they die very, very soon after. The other reason is, is the insecurity. I mean, we are fed this, and I was as well when I was younger, by my parents, that you educate yourself, you go to university. I went 3 times to university, I got 2 masters, and that the idea that you will find yourself a great job and you'll be secure for life. That just doesn't happen anymore, and we are in a COVID age where up to 2 million people are expected to lose their job. There is no job security nowadays. There is no job for life. Depending on the downturn, depending on the economic cycle, depending on the technology that takes over your job. If we're talking about technology taking over a job like a solicitor, where things are going to be automated, an accountant, where things are being already automated, and you've got virtual accounting, no job is safe. So the idea that you are going to be in a job and you're going to be full-time employed and safe for life is complete nonsense nowadays. So, as a recap, the reason why I don't believe in it is I want to get out of the rat race. I took it as a springboard to get out of the rat race. I don't believe in working for the rest of my life, paying into a pension pot that will disintegrate it, when I come to retire, depending on what the stock market is doing. I also don't believe in it because when I'm old and 67 and 70, I'm not going to be able to do the things that I was wanting to do 10 years ago, 5 years ago, even now. And having the time then doesn't actually help you, because your kid would have grown up, your health would have deteriorated. You probably don't want to do base jumping at 70, but you might want to do it right now. So, property investment allows me to do